What if the most interesting thing you add to your morning coffee is not sugar, not creamer, not a flavor shot? What if it is a fat, but not just any fat? A fat your body handles in a completely different way. Now wait, I already know what you are thinking. Here comes another miracle coffee trick. This is not a cancer cure. It does not reactivate stem cells like flipping a switch. And it will not melt belly fat while you keep eating the same way. But there is one coffee addition that has become popular for a real reason. It is called MCT oil. And for people over 60, this is worth understanding. Not because it is magic, because it changes the fuel signal your body receives first thing in the morning. And that signal matters more than most people realize. Most people wake up and immediately give their body fast carbohydrates. Sweet cereal, toast with jam, a pastry, sweet coffee, juice. The body gets the message fast. Glucose is coming in, insulin rises, fat burning slows down, hunger often returns a couple of hours later, and the same cycle starts all over again. But MCT oil works differently. MCT stands for medium-chain triglycerides. That simply means the fat molecules are shorter than most fats in your diet. Most fats take a longer route through your body. They move slowly. They need more processing. They may be stored if your body does not need the energy right now. MCTs take a shortcut. They move more directly to the liver. There they can be used quickly for energy. Some can also be converted into ketones. Now do not let that word scare you. Ketones are not mysterious. They are simply another fuel source. Your body can make them during fasting, during low-carb eating, or when you use MCT oil. And this matters a lot after 60. Because here's the truth most people do not talk about. Many people over 60 are quietly fighting three problems at once: lower energy, easier fat gain, and less metabolic flexibility. Metabolic flexibility means your body can switch between burning sugar and burning fat. When you were younger, that switch worked better. You could skip a meal and still feel fine. You could eat more at dinner and recover easily. You could exercise and feel your energy bounce back. After 60, that switch gets slower. Insulin resistance becomes more common. Muscle mass can decline. Sleep often becomes lighter. Stress hormones can stay higher. And the body starts depending more heavily on quick glucose for energy. That does not mean you are broken. It means the system needs better signals. And that is exactly where MCT oil and coffee becomes interesting. Coffee already sends a wake-up signal. Caffeine increases alertness. It sharpens focus. For some people, it even reduces appetite for a short time. MCT oil adds a different signal on top of that. It gives the liver a fast fat source. It may raise ketones slightly. It may help some people feel full longer. And when used carefully, it can fit into a morning routine that supports better energy control throughout the day. But the details matter here, because the internet has made this ingredient sound far more dramatic than the evidence actually supports. You may have seen headlines like this: MCT oil starves cancer cells. Stop right there. That is not a safe statement. Cancer is not one disease. Cancer cells are not all the same, and no coffee ingredient should ever be presented as a cancer treatment. What the research actually shows is more careful than that. Scientists have studied how cancer cells use glucose. They have studied ketogenic diets and ketones. Some early research is interesting, but interesting early research does not mean MCT oil treats cancer. It does not replace surgery. It does not replace chemotherapy. It does not replace radiation. It does not replace immunotherapy, medication, or medical advice. If you have cancer, or if you are worried about cancer, talk to your doctor. Do not treat a supplement like a treatment plan. Your life is worth more than a trending ingredient. The same applies to stem cells. Ketones may affect certain cellular pathways. Scientists study this because aging, repair, inflammation, and metabolism are all connected. That research is real, but that does not mean one spoon of oil will restart your body's repair system. That is marketing language. That is someone trying to sell you something. The safer, more honest truth is this: a better metabolic environment may support healthy aging. Stable blood sugar may support energy. Lower inflammation may support the body. Better protein intake and exercise may support muscle and repair. MCT oil may help some people with the fuel side of that picture. It is one tool, not the whole toolbox. And if someone tells you otherwise, walk away. Now let us talk about fat loss, because this is where MCT oil has the strongest practical interest, and also where people make the biggest mistakes. MCT oil contains calories. 1 tablespoon has around 100 to 120 calories. So if you pour it into coffee and add it on top of everything else you are already eating, fat loss may not happen. You may even gain weight, but here is where it gets interesting. If MCT coffee helps you replace a sugary breakfast, stop mid-morning snacking, or delay eating without feeling miserable, it may help reduce your total calories naturally. That is the key, not magic fat burning. Better appetite control, better morning structure, a cleaner fuel signal. Fewer blood sugar swings. Think of it like this: MCT oil is not a fire that burns fat by itself. It is more like a lane keeper. It helps you stay in the right lane, but you still have to drive the car. If your morning is MCT coffee, but your lunch is chips and soda, and your dinner is a massive plate of refined carbs and fried food, nothing is going to change. The whole day still matters. MCT oil just gives you a better start. Now, if you want to try this, there is a right way and a very wrong way. Start small, extremely small. Do not begin with 2 tablespoons. That is one of the most common mistakes people make. MCT oil can upset your stomach badly. It can cause cramps, nausea, loose stool, urgent bathroom trips at the worst possible moments. Many people quit immediately because they started too high. A better starting amount is 1 teaspoon. Just 1 teaspoon. Add it to hot coffee, then blend it. Do not just stir it with a spoon. Oil will float on top. You will get a greasy layer. It tastes terrible, and it can hit your stomach harder. Use a blender or a milk frother. Blend for about 15 to 20 seconds. The coffee should look creamy, almost like a latte. That is when you know it is ready. Try that for several days. If your stomach feels fine, you can increase slowly. Maybe 2 teaspoons, then 1 tablespoon. Many people never need more than that. More is not always better. For people over 60, gentle is usually smarter. Now let us talk about which MCT oil to actually buy, because the labels can be confusing. You may see things like C8, C10, and C12. C8 and C10 are the types most people look for when they want ketone support. C12 is called lauric acid. It behaves more like a longer chain fat. It is not useless, but it is not the same as a clean C8 or C8 and C10 MCT oil. So read the label carefully. Do not buy something just because the front of the bottle looks healthy or uses the word natural. Look at the actual ingredients list. Choose a product that clearly lists caprylic acid, which is C8, or capric acid, which is C10, and avoid turning your coffee into a dessert. If your coffee has MCT oil but also has sugar, sweet syrup, whipped cream, and flavored creamer, you have missed the entire point. That is no longer a metabolic support drink. That is a high-calorie dessert in a coffee cup. Keep it simple. Black coffee, MCT oil, maybe cinnamon, maybe a small amount of unsweetened milk if you tolerate it. But keep the sugar out. Now let us place this into a real morning so you can actually picture it. You wake up, drink water first, then make coffee with 1 teaspoon of MCT oil. Blend it, drink it slowly, then wait. You do not need to force a long fast. Just notice what your body is doing. Do you feel steady? Do you feel mentally clear? Can you comfortably wait before eating without feeling desperate? If yes, that is useful information. If no, eat a real meal. Do not fight your body all morning just to prove a point. A good first meal should always include protein. This is especially important after 60. MCT oil does not give you protein. Coffee does not give you protein. And seniors need protein to protect muscle. So if you use MCT coffee in the morning, make sure your next meal is not just toast or fruit. Use eggs, Greek yogurt, fish, chicken, tofu, beans, something protein-rich that fits your diet and your health needs. Then add fiber, vegetables, berries, oats, beans, lentils, seeds. This is what makes the routine actually work. MCT coffee gives a fuel signal. Protein protects muscle. Fiber supports gut health and blood sugar. Movement tells your body to stay strong. That combination matters far more than the oil alone. And this brings us to what may be the most important point in this entire video. Fat loss without muscle protection is not a win. Read that again. Fat loss without muscle protection is not a win. Many seniors lose weight the wrong way. They eat less. The scale drops. But they are losing muscle. They become weaker. Their balance gets worse. Their metabolism slows down even more. And daily life becomes harder, not easier. So do not build your whole plan around a coffee ingredient. Build it around muscle. Walk if your doctor says it is safe. Do light resistance training. Use resistance bands. Lift light weights. Do chair squats. Practice standing up from a chair without using your hands. These simple movements matter enormously. They send your body a clear signal. Keep this muscle. I still need it. MCT oil cannot send that message. Exercise sends it. Protein supports it. Sleep protects it. And the morning routine simply helps you stay consistent with everything else. Now let us talk about who should be careful, because this is not for everyone without conditions. If you have liver disease, ask your healthcare professional before using MCT oil. The liver processes it quickly, and that may not be right for your specific situation. If you have type 1 diabetes, do not experiment with ketone-producing supplements without medical guidance. Ketones can become dangerous in the wrong setting. If you have type 2 diabetes and you use insulin or medications that can lower blood sugar, monitor carefully and speak with your clinician first. Changes in your eating patterns can affect your blood sugar in ways you may not expect. If you have active cancer, a history of cancer, or you are currently in treatment, do not use MCT oil as any kind of cancer strategy. Please ask your oncology team before adding any supplement. If you have unexplained weight loss, poor appetite, gallbladder issues, severe digestive problems, or you take multiple medications, get professional advice first. And if MCT oil causes diarrhea, cramps, or nausea, stop or reduce the dose immediately. Your body is giving you feedback. Listen to it. A supplement should make your life easier, not harder. So what can you realistically expect? In the first few days, you may notice nothing at all. That is completely normal. Some people feel cleaner energy. Some feel less hungry between meals. Some feel stomach discomfort if the dose was too high. By 2 weeks, you will have a much clearer picture. Ask yourself honestly, does it help you avoid sugary breakfast foods? Does it reduce your morning snacking? Does it make it easier to wait before eating without feeling miserable? Does it help your focus? If the answer is yes, keep it as one tool in your routine. If the answer is no, move on. You do not need it. There are many other ways to improve your metabolism. You can eat a protein-rich breakfast. You can walk after meals. You can reduce added sugar. You can sleep better. You can lift weights. You can eat more fiber. MCT oil is optional, not essential. The biggest mistake anyone can make is believing one ingredient will fix an entire lifestyle. It will not. But the second biggest mistake is ignoring small habits that make better choices easier. For some people, MCT coffee does exactly that. It creates a morning that feels controlled. Less sugar, less hunger, less mindless grazing, more focus, more structure. And those small daily wins can add up to something real over time. Here is the part most people completely miss. The morning sets the tone for the entire day. If your first taste is sweet, the brain starts expecting sweet all day. If your first meal is low in protein, hunger returns faster. If your first drink is loaded with calories you are not counting, the whole day drifts without you noticing. This is why what you put in your coffee actually matters. Not because coffee is a cure, because it is a daily habit. Most people do not need a complicated plan to start. They need one repeated action that makes the next choice easier. A clean coffee routine can do that. It can remove sugar. It can reduce liquid calories you never noticed. It can help you pause before eating automatically. It can help you ask a better question. Am I actually hungry right now, or am I just following an old habit? That question alone can change an entire day. Now let me answer some questions I know you are going to have. Can you use coconut oil instead of MCT oil? Coconut oil contains some medium-chain fats, but it is not the same as concentrated MCT oil. It also contains more long-chain saturated fat. Some people like it, and some tolerate it well. But if your goal is a small, precise MCT dose, a measured MCT oil gives you much more control. Can you add butter too? You can, but be careful. Butter adds saturated fat and significant calories. If you are trying to lose weight or manage cholesterol, a large buttery coffee every single day may not be wise. If you use butter, keep it very small. And if your cholesterol is a concern, ask your clinician what fits your specific plan. Can you drink it later in the day? You can, but caffeine late in the day can damage sleep quality. And sleep is one of the most powerful metabolism tools you have. Poor sleep makes hunger worse. It makes cravings stronger. It makes energy lower. It raises cortisol. For most people, morning is the best time. Can you take MCT oil without coffee at all? Absolutely yes. You can blend it into a smoothie. You can add it to yogurt. You can mix it into food after cooking. Just do not use it for high heat frying. It is not the right oil for that. Coffee is simply convenient, which is why most people use it that way. Here is the simple plan if you want to try this tomorrow. Use normal coffee. Add 1 teaspoon of C8 or C8 and C10 MCT oil. Blend it until it looks creamy. Do not add sugar. Drink it slowly. Wait at least 60 to 90 minutes before eating, if that feels comfortable for your body. When you do eat, choose protein and fiber. Do not skip the protein. Do not use MCT oil to justify overeating later in the day. And do not increase the dose until your stomach proves it can comfortably handle it. That is the whole plan. No drama, no miracle claims, no fear. Just a clean 2-week experiment. Track 3 things: your hunger levels, your morning energy, your waist or your weight, not every hour, not obsessively. Just enough to see what is actually happening. If hunger improves and calories naturally come down, it may help your fat loss plan. If energy improves, it may help your entire morning. If nothing improves, that is completely fine. Move on. Your body is not failing. The tool just may not be the right one for you. Let us go back to the 3 big claims you see online: stem cells, cancer, fat burning. Here is the honest version. MCT oil may raise ketones. Ketones are involved in energy metabolism. Metabolism is connected to aging and repair, but that does not prove your stem cells reactivate. MCT oil may support a lower glucose morning if it replaces a sugary breakfast. That may genuinely be useful for metabolic health, but it does not starve cancer. MCT oil may help appetite control and fat oxidation in some people, but fat loss still depends on your whole diet, your movement, your sleep, and your overall calorie balance. That is the truth. And honestly, the truth is still interesting enough, because after 60, you do not need hype. You need habits that actually respect your body. You need steady energy. You need muscle. You need stable blood sugar. You need less inflammation. You need better food quality. And you need a plan you can actually repeat day after day. MCT coffee may be one small part of that plan, but only if it is used wisely. So here is your challenge starting today. For the next 2 weeks, remove the sugar from your morning coffee. That single change alone is powerful. Then, if it is safe for you based on your health situation, try 1 teaspoon of MCT oil blended into that coffee. Not 2 tablespoons. Not a giant buttery dessert drink. 1 teaspoon. Watch how your body responds. Build the rest of your day around real food. Protein, fiber, whole foods, water, walking, strength movements, sleep. That is how you turn a simple coffee habit into a real health habit. Not by chasing miracles, not by believing every headline you see, but by sending your body better signals every single morning. One decision at a time. Now I want to hear from you. Do you drink your coffee black, sweetened, or with creamer? Tell me in the comments right now. Your answer might reveal the very first small change that could make the biggest difference for you.